Now, okay, so I'm here with the guys, you know, and we're gonna be talking about E3, just kind of shooting the shit about it because we're all kind of games people. Just to introduce people, first person I'm gonna introduce is Deaver.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
uh, Next would be Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Let's see, there's Sammy,
Hello.
and then there is Spencer and Anne Marie.
Yo.
I gotta change my icon. What is?
Nobody can see your icon.
No, no, I'm just recording the audio. Although I could record the Skype call, but whatever. We're not doing that right now.
Oh,
Um, so I guess the way that I'm gonna do this is I'll just read off stuff that was announced, and then we'll just kind of shoot the shit about what happened on there. We'll start with the big three, and the first one of the big three was Microsoft. Some of the stuff that they announced, they showed off Halo 5 Guardians, they showed off ReCore, they showed off Fallout 4, although Bethesda showed that earlier. We can talk about that later. There was some Plants vs. Zombies stuff that nobody cared about. Forza Motorsports, Dark Souls 3, The Division, Rainbow Six Siege, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Rare Replay, Sea of Thieves, and Gears of War 4. And honestly, in my opinion, that was a really strong showing from Microsoft of mostly stuff where they're like, this is going to be out in the next year to 2 years. And I think from that aspect, they did a really excellent job about it. So I'm just going to open it up here. Thoughts, opinions, what you like, what you didn't.
That's too many games.
That's
Now I already lost track of the list. Like,
just whatever pops into your head, man.
at least it was just games. You only stopped long enough to basically be like, yo, backwards compatibility. That's cool, right? Maybe. Save data's not going to get carried over, so I don't care, but people do.
yeah, but if they keep achievements, maybe they could keep some of the stuff you've already unlocked in progress. Like, I'd really hate for my Adachi DLC on Persona Fighting to go away.
I think
Those-
DLC is one of those things that's going to cross over.
Those complications are why I'm not excited until I know more. Also, I still have a working 360, even if it's barely working.
I do too, but I'm lazy, so I don't want to like unhook one to hook the other in. Why would I do that? This is the future.
Which box?
The online games characters save like to a cloud now, though.
Yeah, most of them do,
On
but
Xbox One.
some,
Xbox 360 had no. Well, I mean, it had like a cloud you could put some save data on, but not. Eh.
I don't see why they wouldn't be able to sync it up. I mean, they have my gamer score and they got my achievements and all my points and stuff, and they can still look back on my record on things.
All stored on the magical thing called a hard drive.
Well, yeah, but on
Magic.
what is it?
Well,
On the
for
Xbox
example,
One, I can look back at the Halo waypoint and see all my reach stuff and my dude. So
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
Halo's
like
database, though.
yeah, but
That's how
I'm
Bungie. That's like how Bungie kept their matchmaking records on their old website before they started making shitty Destiny.
but we'll still have our characters. Like if we were to play Reach on Xbox One or Call of Duty, we'd still have those loadouts and everything saved
Account
to
bound,
those servers.
account bound stuff, sure, but like
You wouldn't
most
have like
actual
campaign
game save
shit.
data is always stored locally. Not
Yeah, we don't know about save data yet.
oh no, all of my lightning returns say no.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I'll get that.
How about Halo 5? I don't play those games. I'm not a big, I am like the least first person shooter person you guys probably know, but I was actually pretty impressed with what I saw.
I think that the Halo 5 beta was a good idea. I didn't hate how it handled. It seemed fun to me, but it doesn't feel like a Halo game. Hopefully the story hasn't gone to trash and has gotten better since 4, because ever since 343 decided to make this new story, there's been no good to come of it. Why? I'm like, yeah, Master Chief Collection, I'll buy that because I can play those other games. It had a good story.
Cut to 7 months later, and we can barely get the campaign to stay working.
Okay, we're back from a technical issue, as in this program didn't work the way I wanted it to.
No,
So,
just throw this out real quick. You could
Yeah.
just cut edit.
yeah, that's true. Anyways, so we were talking about Halo 5 Guardians, and Deaver and Spencer were going back and forth on that one.
Yeah, that's where we left. So I guess I'll just keep going. Whatever. Halo 1 and 2, really good remakes. Would I buy a Halo 3 remake? Maybe.
Yes,
Would I buy Halo 5 Guardians?
yes.
I'm going to, because I am a fucking player.
Eyeing it for the campaign featuring fucking Nathan, Buck, Captain Malcolm Reynolds, Richard Castle, Fillion. I mean, campaign's usually cool. Campaign looked fine. The demo looked actually pretty cool. But, like, I don't know who's going to be in Chief's little squadron other than probably Arbiter for the millionth time.
I'd rather it be Arbiter than nobody.
Well, they said it's going to be like 2 4-person squads. So Chief's got his own.
Please don't be Palmer.
I'm going to really cross my fingers on the multiplayer being more like Halo than the beta was. But if it's not, oh well. I mean, Warzones could be fun, but I don't know enough about it still.
Warzones looks like Horde mode mixed in with... It's going to be Titanfall, to me.
Maybe.
Where it's going to be like some of these people are alive and some of these people are robots.
Maybe.
No.
I always have mixed feelings about really big maps, and it's going to be a really, really big map.
All right, well, moving on from there, I guess the next thing that saw the trailer for Recore, looked all right. Don't know really what to expect from that yet. Fuck Plants vs. Zombies.
Hey,
What?
It,
Garden Warfare is actually fun. Second one's going to be
look,
pretty cool, I think.
And the kids are gonna eat it up.
yeah, I
There's
mean,
no doubt about it.
Okay. I won't say fuck Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh,
I
you can
take
curse
it
the
back.
original game. The original game's boring as shit, but the Garden Warfare game is actually pretty fun.
Okay. All right, we'll give that a pass then.
if there's a list, we can just go through it as is. I'm not gonna dislike anything I haven't really played.
Well,
and I say
Next on the list was Fallout 4, but we'll save that for a little bit later. Dark Souls 3. Now, the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about with the fucking Dark Souls thing is, do we really need like a Souls game every year? Because
They
that's
said
what
this
we've
is
been
the last
getting
Dark
lately.
Souls. They said this was going to be the last in the Dark Souls series. Maybe they'll continue Bloodborne. They probably will continue Bloodborne, but
well, it's already got DLC on the way. As for there being another Dark Souls game, I'm perfectly fine with it. Because even though 2 wasn't as good as 1, it was still a really good game, regardless. I know it's not for everybody, but I'll straight up tell you, it's a good challenge. It's a good Mega Man tester, in my opinion. Go in, fall in the pit, because I wasn't paying attention, learn to play, keep going through, and by the end of it, I've got 20 plus hours, and I'm used to whatever's coming at me. And the only reason I die is usually due to my own mistakes and the unknown. But I'm ready for it. I want another one. It looks like it picks up where the last one left off, and it's got a lot of homage to it, so that's cool enough for me.
you're
I wanna see
Dark Souls
gameplay, though.
guy.
I want to see gameplay, though. That's the main thing.
You will. I'm sure you will within like a couple months. And
Probably at Tokyo Game Show in like September.
Maybe I'll get my my Scalebound play as well, because I'm ready for that.
Shh. Platinum's got other things on the table right now.
more than meets it. What?
Let's see. There's the Division, which it's a Tom Clancy game. I don't know.
It's not the normal Tom Clancy game though. Like it's not military bros broing it up, sieging someplace, or like stealth infiltrating. It's
No, that's what Rainbow Six is. That's
right. We have. I mean, they called it Siege. We have that for that, and we have Ghost Recon for more stealthy stuff, and Splinter Cell for that matter. The Division doesn't even really need to be classified as a Tom Clancy game from what I've seen. Yeah, there's guns and shooting, but It looks like the closest thing to a DayZ kind of game that I'm ever possibly going to enjoy, so I'll give it a shot, provided I have human beings to play it with.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I might try that out as a rental, to be honest with you.
Looks like a neat thing to just have a squad to run around with for sure.
Rare replay. So fucking
Oh my gosh, so excited.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
Banjo Kazooie.
Right?
Conker's
Con-
Bad Fur Day.
How will you play?
See, it had Cameo in it, right?
I believe so.
Surprisingly.
Well, Cameo is a really underrated game. Battletoads, right?
Games
Yeah.
not prepare. People are gonna be asking for it.
Oh my god! I am so glad I don't work at
You're gonna
GameStop
have to say
anymore.
yes now, though. Well, you can't even give it a simple yes answer. Now you gotta be like, kind of.
Do you
I
feature
want
that?
I want Battletoads meets Double Dragon. That's what I want.
Might not happen because Rare doesn't own the rights to Double Dragon.
Well,
It
fucking
would make
in
the ultimate
trash.
team though.
Actually, cooler note on that, Spencer. The guys who do Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue just bought the rights for Double Dragon.
Neat.
An odd pickup, but they did it.
Maybe I'll get them in my Guilty Gear game.
Jimmy and Guilty Gear.
Is that
Yeah.
what you need?
Maybe some of Boo Boo. I mean, yeah, I'll get the Rare Replay collection, but I'm gonna wait until I find out that it works because after Halo, I don't trust it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't trust.
Yeah, but it's
Cheaply.
not 343
It's-
doing it.
It's fucking terrifying now that we live in a day where we can't even trust like an HD remaster to be any good without any bugs.
I don't mind if it's got a couple bugs. I just don't want it to break when I turn to play it. Please.
Just function.
Yeah, basic functionality. That'll be good.
Okay, so Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I am still extraordinarily rustled that is not coming out on PS4 anytime soon.
That is still the dumbest name to me. I'm sorry.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
The Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is-
I don't care about the name. Let me run around and have a horrible day. Lara Croft, that terrible, horrible, whatever that Disney movie's day name.
Lost to
The one where
Uh,
Steve Carell got kicked by a kangaroo, that one.
I don't like new Laura.
You don't like her? Why?
I like old Laura. She was mature and sexy and awesome,
She's getting back to that point. That's kind of the point.
and now she's young. And
Well, this game's stepping her back in that direction.
I know
Okay.
it is. I just don't like it very much. I played the old ones, so I'm still sort of stuck on those. And this new one is just trying to be an Uncharted game or something. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of lacks that Tomb Raider charm, like the old one.
I can see that. That's, I actually liked the last Tomb Raider game, but I can see how someone would have that opinion because the old Tomb Raider games were a very specific kind of puzzle platformer, and these are totally not. It's not a bad comparison to say Uncharted.
Yeah.
the only puzzles they had in the last one seemed to be for extra content.
Yeah.
Nothing
Actually, in the tombs where the puzzles were. Had to walk into the tomb, solve a puzzle, get a treasure.
All right. Sea of Thieves was announced, which looks like it's going to be a multiplayer pirate adventure game by Rare, which I actually, like I said, I don't own an Xbox One personally, but this is one of those things where when I saw it, I was like, okay, if I do pick up an Xbox One, this is definitely something I'd play with some friends, because after Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I kind of just have a hankering for pirate games.
Ocean is dicks. As for the game, I don't really know. The game, it didn't show enough to make me understand what I was dealing with other than multiplayer pirate. I have no opinion. I hope it's good though, just because I want Rare to actually make a good game. But that sounds like a big hope, big dream.
Just please no sharks eating me.
Too low. Too late.
They were gonna push the dude off the ship into the sharks. I don't know.
I hope if you get attacked by sharks, they talk to you.
That dude was on the plank, and there were sharks all kinds of under him.
Yeah, that looks like that guy was having a really bad day, actually.
How pirates work.
I guess the last thing that they announced there was Gears of War 4, which is, Gears of War. Which
It looked like cooler when I got.
I heard Laura Bailey. Beyond that, I'll play it for the campaign like always, and then multiplayer will probably make me furious.
It just never been my thing.
Campaigns are usually okay.
Oh yeah.
Except for the end of the third one. That boss battle sucks.
They make great couch co-op games for sure.
Yeah, that's the kind of game that I would not play on my own. I'd have to be like in a room with some people who are like, "Hey, let's play some Gears of War," and I'm like, "Well, I guess it's better than getting drunk."
One dead grub.
All right, well, moving away from Microsoft, that was the first of the big three. Next one I'm going to bring up is Nintendo. Now, Nintendo did a weird thing this year. They had the World Championships, which was kind of fun. And they started off their E3 weekend a couple of days before their actual show with a Nintendo Direct, where they announced some really fucking cool Smash Brothers DLC. Which, cool and DLC usually doesn't go in the same sentence, but whatever.
Usually it's okay when Nintendo does.
Hadokens are worth it.
Oh yeah, Ryu's fucking baller. The fact that you can just enter in the manual commands on Ryu and get a stronger version of the attack is just fantastic.
As far as I've seen, the only way to do the actual fire Hadoken is to do the half circle input. I can't find a regular button input for it.
So you bought the DLC for that already?
Yeah, I didn't buy Roy. I bought Lucas and Ryu.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay $5 to have another Fire Emblem in my game. But Ryu is really fucking cool.
I have this fear that he might, because he has two special smashes and he has completely different input controls, that I don't know if he's going to be too hard to be broken, but it's one of those things where like he could be difficult to deal with in that game.
I don't have enough experience to know, but I don't think so. I didn't see anything to really suggest that. I do think it's really cool that their solution for figuring out what his fourth special attack should be was just, you can charge a focus attack from Street Fighter 4, and if you charge it all the way and hit it, you crumple the opponent so hard that they're just stuck there for a few seconds.
Oh, it's basically an instant stun?
Yeah, it just stuns them. But, you have like a second of that time where you can't really do anything to follow up, but you'll get a chance to hit him.
Do you get the single super armor from it?
Yeah.
Nice.
As long as you're charging it, you absorb one hit. I don't know if there's a limit to what kind of hit you can absorb. I don't know if you could take a Falcon Punch, for instance.
Yeah, good luck with that Falcon Punch, bro.
Falcon Punch!
I'm not going to have the balls to stand there and charge that while he's about to hit me in the face.
So today we're recording this on Tuesday, and today was the actual show for Nintendo at E3, and I think we all know where we need to start with this. Amiibos.
Amiibo!
Kill me.
Okay, not
You got
just
Skylander Amiibos.
Skylander Amiibo.
How fucking much does that chap Activision's ass, do you think?
I'd be wondering more how much it makes Disney mad that they didn't get on that first. Disney and Nintendo would have really made kind of massive money.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
But Nintendo's usually really odd about using their characters in another game. Lately, we've had them collaborate with like phone games
Did
with
you
Puzzles and Dragons, and now we're getting Skylanders amiibo.
did you notice how kind of cocky and shitty it sounded for Reggie to specifically ask the dude from Activision, like, so what was it like to partner up with us and take our characters? Like, are you sure you should be asking that question?
Oh my god.
That's because Reggie makes enough money that he can be an asshole to pretty much anyone he wants and get away with it. It's kind of like those comedians who can tell any kind of joke and get away with it. He's one of those people.
His body is ready 24/7.
Constantly. Now, us not talking about useless plastic pieces of shit. Star Fox Zero. Now, that looked cool. I am very concerned about how that actually handles.
I heard
Good.
their hands on that too.
I want it to be good.
I
I
think
can't, but that's what I've been told.
Cockpit view was never my favorite in like the old game 64. But I'm curious how it'll work with the motion controls on the gamepad, or if maybe they'll give us the option to go into a third-person mode.
Say motion control, please.
Motion controls,
You're
please.
triggering me. I'm afraid.
After Star Fox Zero was Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, which is I really don't have an opinion on that one, to be honest with you.
Well, like when they were first showing it, I was thinking only if it's online, but then they said there was a single-player mode, and it looked like it has online, because I noticed a little disclaimer at the bottom that said it needed a broadband connection. So, yeah, I'll buy it.
It's like a great thing to just go with friends.
I know it's not going to be nearly as good as Link Between Worlds, but I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the little Link costumes you can get, like the bomb suit and stuff like that. It's cool. Kind of reminded me of Bomberman at points.
I don't know. I'm indifferent.
And
I'm
they're
still
all
waiting
different
on
ways.
more about the Wii U one before I even care. I
It's
want to
not
see
the
the
exact-
real Zelda game.
Each one's not the exact same Link, just with a different color. They all have a different attitude or skill to them. Like one uses fire, like a
Link-
mage.
Get
One
me
is
5
sassy.
Links with attitude.
Link Totem.
One is grumpy.
Zelda, bodies escaped.
Oh no.
So after that was Metroid Prime Federation Force, which my reaction was Metroid Prime Federation Force. Huh.
To the trash.
I'm sorry.
Same concern as Star Fox. I'm afraid of the controls.
I'm not even giving it a second thought. I'm not buying that shit. It's a terrible looking game. It's like I didn't like. The thing about it is, even Metroid Pinball was a better fucking game than this looks like it's gonna be.
Yeah, but were you not prepared for Blast Ball at the Nintendo World Championships?
Oh Jesus!
Because that's part of the new Metroid.
What should we do at a competition? Give them a game nobody's ever played? Yeah, we'll do that.
What's this, gun soccer?
Okay.
Of course.
After that was some Animal Crossing stuff. Happy Home Designer and Amiibo Festival.
Well, we all
which-
know if you're gonna invest in that.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
any of my jam.
Every character in Animal Crossing. Just on your countertop.
Number one, maybe I misunderstood what Happy Home Designer is, but like they were like, yeah, you can like customize and furnish your home, and I'm like, can't you just do that in normal Animal Crossing? I'm failing to
For the
see.
most part.
You realize I zoned out really hard when I saw Animal Crossing. It's just not
Pretty
for me.
much what it's gonna be is you're gonna get to go in there and you're gonna get to organize other people's houses and do that, and then they'll come over and they'll hang out.
So wait, you're like just some serial house reorganizer.
Sorta, but you get paid
Just
for it.
break open
Like
your
damn-
just break open your neighbor's door and goes, this look like shit. We're moving everything.
Feng shui motherfuckers.
We
In
have to
another
fix your
dimension, you would call yourself a sim.
The only difference is Animal Crossing characters don't die when I burn down their house. What is this?
Oh my god!
Yet there's still a horrible loan shark in the town anyway.
Hey, he's a businessman. He gets you stuff for that money.
It's my town.
All right.
Saying there could be implied leg breaking.
Let's see. Super Mario Maker, which actually looked kind of neat.
For creative people, it's awesome. I have no imagination, so I'm just gonna let other people enjoy it.
Yeah, I've kind of we're gonna probably touch on this subject again, but I've kind of noticed a theme going on the last few years where it's like, here's the tools to make a game, give us $60.
Yeah, too many things are being made kind of with the goal of like, we'll have you build their character and the world, and all of your decisions shape everything. And I'm like, I kind of like games like Uncharted where you may as well have just made a movie and let me play it. I kind of like that. I don't know.
As long as the gameplay is fun.
Exactly. I'm a dumb old person who played games on NES and Super Nintendo, and I just kind of want to like go from point A to point B and have it be fun and well designed. That's all I want.
Yeah, I just want it to be worth it because I hate playing games and then I get to the end and I'm like, you know what? I just wasted all of that. Not worth it. But then again, I like RPGs and that's usually how those turn out. So what do I know?
All right. Mario Luigi Paper Jam, which, you know,
Looks amazing.
it looks like they are slamming Paper Mario and the Mario Luigi RPG games together.
I'm
But
pretty hyped for that.
yeah, it looks good. I actually like both of those things, so I'm like, okay.
Like, who doesn't?
As
Who doesn't
long
like
as-
those things?
As long as it moves back to being like the other older Paper Mario games were, instead of making me have an anxiety attack over stickers like Sticker Star did, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually just was too panicky to play that game because I looked at my inventory and had an actual panic attack.
Did you like literally?
Around everything.
Give us back flower point systems for each
Let's go.
separate character and everything will work out fine. Maybe even some guest characters from Paper Mario, because it only seemed 3 characters. You got 4 buttons on the controller. Well, on the 3DS.
All right, and we could talk about Mario Tennis, or we could not, and move on
Hey.
with our day.
Hey, don't.
hey,
no.
hey.
No.
Hey.
No.
Okay.
Hey. I don't really know what I can say about it. Mario Tennis is amazing.
You just don't know what you're talking about.
Mario Tennis. Ultra Smash.
Almost all of the
Ultra
Mario
Smash.
sports games.
I have no explanation for why I love Mario Tennis and golf. I just do.
Okay,
Because
fair
it
enough.
takes games you wouldn't like and throws in your favorite characters, gets you a little interested in it, and then you just have a whole bunch of colorful people playing tennis. It's great.
Played Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy, and I am proud / ashamed. Both of those.
Not so
Me.
colorful people.
All right, and a few odds and ends at the end here. Yokai Watch, which is basically Pokemon, being released here in the U.S. Finally, game sold really well over in Japan. Let's see. There's going to be Shin Megami Tensei / Fire Emblem crossover game, which actually looks like it could be a lot of fun.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it is not what I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it looks good, but it is by no means what I was expecting. I was like, it's gonna be like some kind of post-apocalyptic demon creator mixed with Fire Emblem. If they die, they're dead. Tactics with compendium crap mixed in, and I was expecting to fight on Dark Desert Sands.
So you were expecting grim, dark, and edgy. Instead, you got fun.
No, I was expecting Shin Megami Tensei, and instead I got high school. Like, even in Shin Megami Tensei 4, like the newer one, it's it's got a twist, but it's very Shogun and desolate in spots. And it had a lot of different endings and dark out scenes. And then this, I'm looking at this and I'm like, it looks like somebody wanted to make Persona Fire Emblem instead of Shin Megami Fire Emblem. Which I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to play it, see how it is. And I'm just going based off of initial looks anyway.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much everything with Nintendo. So that means computer, please. Okay, there we go. That means the last of the big three, Sony. And the best way to describe Sony's show this year was pretty much, hey, you know that thing you want? Well, here the fuck it is.
Yeah.
We're going to make all of your dreams come true. We're giving you a free unicorn in the parking lot.
Virtual reality!
Well, they came out guns blazing with The Last Guardian, which, if they had not shown an actual gameplay trailer of that, I would have just been like, I'll believe that when I fucking see it. And it has a date, kind of.
Has a year?
It has a year.
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
7 years after it was announced, but it's a year.
Well, it's an improvement over Shoulder Shrug on.
Can't wait for people to talk about how it doesn't live up to the hype, even though they could just enjoy the game for whatever it will be.
I don't know what people will be expecting with that. It looks like a very artistic game. It'll probably be something more along the lines of, like, say, a Journey or something. Not like a traditional story, I think.
Anyone who enjoyed Ico will probably enjoy it. So
yeah, I've been waiting on The Last Guardian for the past 5 years. Maybe more than that.
Oh, they announced it in 2009.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been waiting a
That's
long.
6, yeah. Wow, holy shit, 9... Okay.
Jesus.
We might... They showed off Star Wars Battlefront, but we'll save that for a little bit later. This one actually kind of surprised me. Horizon. The game... And that was that one with, like, after the fall of man, with, like, robot dinosaurs roaming the world, and like... That game trailer blew my socks off. I'm actually going to pull this up and link it.
I don't know what exactly that game is, but it looks way better than Killzone for that developer. So
yeah, it does.
Bring it.
I highly doubt that the final version is going to look as nice, and that's just me being cynical. Me being cynical says it's not going to be as nice. The destruction is not going to be as detailed.
Doesn't
like
look any...
through and shoot and things.
Doesn't look any weaker than most of the stuff.
What?
It doesn't really look any worse than most things they're showing on PS4 or that's been released.
What I'm getting at is there will be things they will clearly take out because the engine probably won't be able to handle it.
I don't know.
Most of the games that either get shown or made on a PC and then ported and downsized. Like, we all remember the Watch Dogs fiasco.
It's not being ported. This is a PS4 game. Only PS4. They're building it on PS4.
I'm just saying that I see that in the end result, you won't be able to go walking around shooting the side of it and parts fly off. It'll have its own sections that will break after a set amount of time, and they won't be as detailed.
I think you've played Monster Hunter too much, but we'll see.
I'm just saying. I'm skeptical, but I want it to be good because it looks like it has a lot of good things to it.
Let's see. Next was Hitman, which I can't tell if that's supposed to be a sequel to Absolution or if it's supposed to be a new one. But they didn't really give us a whole lot to go off of other than a really snazzy, stylish trailer.
I got nothing.
I mean, Hitman's Hitman. There's really not much more to it.
I have no attachment, negative or positive, to the series at this point, really.
They showed off a bunch of indie games. One of the interesting ones being Firewatch.
I'm really curious about that.
Yeah. And I guess we might as well move into like the heavy shit, which Final Fantasy VII HD remake. And now I like the Final Fantasy games. I always thought Final Fantasy VII was a good game, although people seem to like it more than I did. But that's not me talking shit. This was something that they have been fucking with people for close to 10 years at this point, I think.
I remember it wasn't 5-6 months ago, not even 5-6 months ago. It was a little while back where everybody was like, I don't see why people are getting so upset over this trailer about Final Fantasy VII Remake. There was no promise of this. I don't know why people were expecting it. Well, they have been for about 10 years, and we finally got it, so I'm pretty excited. But I'm hesitant because I have a fear for what will be taken out.
I'm kind of interested in seeing what this is going to actually play like. And this was just a trailer to let you know what's happening, and we know Square is notorious for not doing anything in a timely manner ever. See Final Fantasy 15.
I am hoping it is the same combat system. It is the same game with a few new additions to it. I hope that they replace some of the cutscenes with dialogue, but let you have choices like in the old game. You don't have to let Cloud have full voice choice. I don't need a voice actor to say everything he says. I want to still be able to self-insert on this character and play him. I don't want Advent Children Cloud. I don't want him. I want the original. I want the cross-dressing, arm wrestling, dolphin riding, it's time to mosey, pointy-haired fuck who had a cool sword and rode motorcycles.
I feel like there should be a Ric Flair woo in there somewhere, but I don't know.
I had the same thought.
I want there to be a lot of cussing, and I want it to be exploited with little asterisks and number signs. I want Sid to tell you sit down and drink your goddamn tea and call you retarded. That's all.
Okay. Stever, you were trying to say something before Spencer went off on that tangent.
If I was, I don't remember. I don't.
Kind of took that one over rather well.
He's the main person who should be talking about this. He's the one that actually wants this remake. I could give a crap.
It's like if they remade Halo 3, but they included everything in the Halo 5 beta combat-wise, and then they added...
They did. It was called Halo Collection.
No, I'm talking they changed the combat in 3 to play like 5, and then they changed the cutscenes to where he has the new armor, and instead of acting like his old self, he for some reason has to act like this moody sergeant guy who's just worried about stuff. It's the worry of a story remake that makes me worried, because the original story for 7 was great, and that's why I liked it. On top of everything else, I wouldn't want that for other games where they get the same treatment of, oh hey, they're doing things different now, we should make this classic or this thing that was so good originally like the new stuff. That's what I'm paranoid about.
Well,
I don't want change.
I hope they don't, but if they do, be careful what you wish for applies, I guess.
Yeah.
I bought it on the PC, so it's okay.
All right then. Well, moving on. Let's see. Sony used part of their time to announce a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3, which I am literally shocked it took less than like 6 hours for that game to be fully funded. $2 million already funded. So that game is happening. When we'll see it, I don't fucking know. And to be perfectly honest, I don't, outside of the people who backed the game to get a copy, I'm not sure if this is going to have a wide enough appeal to kind of justify resurrecting
it. It will in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, it will in Japan, and I like the game personally, but I'm just kind of scratching my head here to go, how is that going to go over here in the U.S. unless, like, before that, there's, like, if it releases, they release it with, like, the first 2 games on the disc or something.
What are you talking about?
Be shocked. Shenmue.
Shenmue. Oh, they'll do a HD collection remake, or they'll put them on the store. And then when people are going, what the fuck is Shenmue? It'll just turn out. And since it's crowdfunding and Kickstarter, they won't lose money. They'll actually get their money.
Well,
they won't have to worry about it. Because they've already had the game.
You're breaking up, buddy. Anyways, what I was going to say is... Yeah, we can hear you now. The dirty secret on Shenmue 3 is basically Sony is funding this game already. The Kickstarter is purely to gauge interest.
It'll make plenty of money in Japan, at least. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of the first one. I don't really have a lot of experience with them. It seemed like a lot of exploring and quick time events, which is fine. I mean, I've played games like that. I played Heavy Rain and stuff, so...
They showed off more of Until Dawn, right?
Not at the conference. They showed a couple seconds of it, but I'm still curious about that, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I want to play a horror movie. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
From there...
As long as
let's see, they showed off Dreams, which is by Media Molecule, and it takes that complaint that I've had and a lot of people have had about Media Molecule, where with their Little Big Planet games, where they just give you tools to make a game, and just go even further with it, because from what they showed, I saw no game whatsoever. That was just basically they want to charge you for Blender.
Trippy shit. I don't know.
Looks like a case of the what do you do's for sure.
What do you do?
What do you do?
For all we know, it could turn into Scribblenauts with that, which would be neat.
Yeah, that's true. Scribblenauts is pretty great.
Even though they usually just boil down to get a helicopter.
Let's see. They did a big hunk of third-party stuff with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Who gives a fuck? Call of Duty Black Ops 3. We have exclusive DLC. Kind of bullshit from them.
I'm gonna take a minor rewind on that. This
What?
Assassin's Creed looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I feel like I've thought that too many times to think that anymore.
That's kind of how I feel.
I haven't thought that since number 2, and I thought 3 was going to be terrible, and I was right. I thought 4 was going to be terrible, and I was wrong. And the reason isn't because it was an Assassin's Creed game. It's because it was a game where you got to be a pirate. And this looks like a game where you can be a British hood. London looks a lot more interesting than the last couple areas.
So less you want an Assassin's Creed game, and more of a I'm gonna hook you in the Gabba mate kind of game.
It looks more fun. Secondly, the character from 3 was just the blandest. And I got sick of Ezio after the second game because they would not stop making him. It's a case of I want it to not suck because the concept seems nice. But eventually you get tired of stabbing dude in the back 100 times. But at the same time, you could say the same thing about anything.
I just hope they learn their lesson from Unity and don't make you buy skills that were part of being an assassin in the first place.
So, let's see. Yeah, I get. Let's see. After Call of Duty Black Ops 3, where they announced the exclusive DLC, which time DLC is bullshit, they showed off a new Batman trailer, which looked dope. Let's see. Joker being thrown in a fucking incinerator, Scarecrow gas in the middle of Gotham. I am so extraordinarily hyped for that game. I cannot wait for that next week.
The most excited I've been for a game this entire year, and I'm glad there's only 1 week left.
And I give them kudos with this game that they've decided to go a different route other than Joker, where the main villains are gonna be the Arkham Knight and Scarecrow.
Now we just gotta find out if Batman's really gonna die.
Probably.
That would be an interesting way to cap off a trilogy.
Yep, let's just kill the Batman.
Trilogy with the parentheses being don't pay attention to Arkham Origins. Just don't.
Pretend that didn't happen.
It was actually kind of okay, but don't.
It was kind of. It wasn't good by comparison.
There's a cool Deathstroke fight. Shh.
Sammy, you hyped for Batman's?
I'm so hyped for Batman. I'm always hyped for Batman.
The hype for Batman continues.
What lady isn't hyped for Batman?
I'm hyped for Scarecrow. He's the best villain, and he gets to finally fight.
Yeah, I am really excited about that.
I still want to go Punisher game.
I'm only concerned. The only thing that scares me is that maybe the city being made so much larger for the Batmobile will take a little bit away from it. But
oh yeah,
we'll see.
I ordered the PC version of that, and it says that my PC should be able to run it. But I am a little bit concerned, like, with how large that city is, if it's gonna melt my computer or not. It shouldn't, but
good luck, fucker.
Yeah, PC gaming. Anyways,
if the PC go so great, how come the Xbox One's got backwards compatibility and it doesn't? Shame on you.
God damn it, Spencer.
Just throw it out. Fucking, I had no hype for Black Ops 3. The fact that your main guy's name is Winslow just reassures me that it's Carl Winslow. So, Black Ops 3. I was not impressed with the story. Even if it was a weapon to surpass Metal Gear, it's not enough for me to care. The multiplayer looked kind of cool, though.
Looked exactly like Advanced Warfare.
It does not matter. It looks like that map was a lot better, and it looked like it run a little nicer. I don't know. There was just something about it that I looked at. I'm like, okay, you have my attention.
You know what?
Again, I don't have high hopes. I know the community is kind of poison, and I know most of it's going to turn into some dudes chilling in a corner.
Almost all communities are poison. That's never a reason to...
The internet is poison.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm just saying, seeing that, I am not going to throw this one away yet. It's on the table for me. But
I didn't see Kevin Spacey or Troy Baker. I'm upset.
Well, you know what you're going to do.
All right. Well, I actually kind of want to mention, outside of a few clips, nothing for Metal Gear, which is supposed to be out like this year or next year.
They did a trailer, it just wasn't part of the Sony conference. It was kind of like off to the side somewhere.
It was the last trailer Kojima got to cut.
And we still don't understand what's happening with him. Hooray!
Well, I just assumed that Konami just made like a giant standee of hand giving you the bird instead of actually showing up at E3.
Yeah, Kojima's gone, so I don't know what they're going to do now. Konami's just fucking up.
And then, let's see, they ended the show with Uncharted 4 with a really, really awkward play demo where they fucked up pretty hard at the beginning.
Once they got it running correctly, though, that was a pretty rad car chase, and I'm...
Oh yeah, no, I'm really hyped for that, especially for the fact that apparently it wants me to drive like an asshole, which is the only way that I can drive in video games. So
you're gonna fall in that pit with the construction vehicle once.
At least once, yeah.
And unless there's an invisible wall making sure you can't, I know you're gonna fall into that pit, even though it looks like you shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck that up pretty hard.
I hope they programmed a comment from Sully if you do.
Knowing how my driving is, I may in fact have to just stream via my PS4 that particular sequence just so we all see how bad I am.
It'll be a treat for sure.
But yeah, that gameplay demo looks dope. Uncharted is fucking amazing. I consider it a must series for anyone who has a PlayStation, you know?
It's one of the only two series I feel like it was worth owning a PS3 to have. That and Infamous. But,
Right.
Hype!
And that pretty much wraps up what was shown by Sony. Although off to the side earlier today, a PS4 exclusive game, Persona 5, announced that they're gonna have some more information, like a release date, and they released an English trailer, but nothing really important. Kind of why it's not at the show. Let's see. So we're gonna move to some of the other shows, like by some of the companies. These will be quicker because these aren't as much, and some of this stuff we've already gone over. Bethesda started off with Doom, which holy fuck, man, Doom.
Rip and tear.
It looks very video game.
I want to play it. It looks like what I actually like about first-person shooters instead of everything I hate that they've become. It looks like everything I loved about Serious Sam or the old Doom games or Unreal Tournament or Quake or any of those.
Let's see. They followed that up with Dishonored 2, which I'm probably the only person in this call that's actually pretty hype about that. I'm not sure if anyone else has played it. I enjoyed the fuck out of the first Dishonored.
I'm pretty hyped about it. I
Yeah?
really love this one, so
I'm beyond indifferent about it.
Well, they let you play as either Corvo or Emily, who was the girl from the first game.
and it's like a badass.
Yeah, what they said was they're going to have completely different skill sets. So I would like to see if it's one of those things where you play it like in The Witcher 3 where you play them in certain spots, or if you can just choose whichever one you want to run and gun through the story with.
I think they said at the beginning that they'll give you a choice to play as either Corvo or Emily, and then that's the person you play throughout the rest of the game. And of course, the characters interact in different points in the game, but that's who you'll play as for the rest of it, I think.
I'll have to try the first one again. I never got that far into it because I got stressed out trying to actually be stealthy and getting frustrated.
Deaver wanted the good end, so he was trying not to kill people, whereas I gave less of a shit. I killed everyone in that game.
I just didn't have any kind of care. I think at the time I was playing Metro, and that's a better stealth game, in my opinion.
I played it stealthy. I mean, it was more difficult, obviously, but I got the good end, so it wasn't too bad.
So, yeah. After that, they announced Fallout Shelter, which is the currently just iOS, but apparently it's going to be coming out in a couple months on Android. Fallout game that's going to be attached with Fallout 4, which is they announced a couple of weeks ago, but they showed off a ton of shit for that game, including the kind of special edition that I personally go, why the fuck would you want to own that? But apparently everyone else wanted it because you can't buy the fucker anywhere now. It's GameStop sold out, Amazon sold out, Best Buy sold out. You may in fact have to sell your soul to Lucifer to get it.
It seems like scalpers are winning this generation. That's the 2015.
Oh yeah.
Good luck with that Majora's Mask 3DS, fuckers.
Now, I'm kind of looking forward to Fallout 4, although I like Bethesda games. For some reason, the Fallout games don't grip me as much as the Elder Scrolls stuff does. But holy fuck, I did not realize... Like, I knew people liked Fallout, but I didn't realize how much people liked Fallout until this game was announced.
Fallout 3 was really good, and New Vegas was really good as well.
I know that, like a fucking Alzheimer's patient, like Lewis Black and the Candy Corn, I will rent this game, I will try to give it a fair chance, and within an hour, I will know once again that those games just aren't for me. But I'll give it a chance. I'll try.
I didn't get to see anything about XCOM. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to watch the trailer myself on the side, because that's what I'm ready for. I'm ready for all my friends to die again.
Have I died trying to run and gun yet?
Probably.
Aliens suck if they haven't killed me yet.
You got lucky.
A lot, apparently.
Pretty much what it...
Bats,
Yeah.
bats, fat bats.
Yeah.
And yeah, VATS everywhere. And that's kind of like why I love RPGs. I love turn-based RPGs. I love normal RPGs. For some reason, the VATS system just throws me through a loop because it feels odd.
I don't
to be
know.
able to just pause
I
the
like
game and casually point to where you want to fucking shoot somebody and just go from there.
It's a
But if
dice
you're
roll from a
actually-
tabletop game.
If you're actually
See,
aiming, it seems
that's
like
what
you
you
never
need to do.
hit.
What you need to do, Deaver, is the next time you actually play the game, next time you give it a shot, if you ever want to give it another shot to try out some kind of hype, put all your points in shooting and you can just shoot straight. Like, that's the counterbalance. You want to be able to shoot the gun without using the VAT system, start putting points in shooting. Otherwise,
That's my problem with most RPGs. I want to be able to do something because I'm capable, not because my numbers are numbers, higher numbers.
It's leveling up. You start off as some scrub who came out of a hole in the floor. You not knowing how to shoot seems about right.
I like being able to reapproach a situation because I'm better, not because my number's higher now.
Gotta learn somehow. That's all I'm saying.
Now, moving on from Fallout, Ubisoft had a presentation, showed off a few cool things, and then a lot of stuff that I just kind of skipped because I gave zero shits. There was South Park, The Fractured Butthole. And
You said it
Which-
too fast for the joke to not work, I think.
No, it worked. The butthole.
South Park, The Fractured Butthole. It's gonna be the sequel to Stick of Truth. This time it's gonna be superhero themed, so it's the Coon and Dr. Chaos and Mysterion.
They can take my money faster this time.
I know.
I better get that robot. I better get that robot on my team.
Osimo?
Osimo. If I don't have an Osimo on my team, I don't care.
AM-me.
They got my money already just by announcing it.
Yeah. See, after that, they announced For Honor, which I can't tell if they're trying to rip off Dynasty Warriors or Chivalry, but whatever. It actually looked pretty neat.
Yeah.
Why not both?
Yeah. I mean, I need to see more of it, but I didn't dislike what I saw. Not at all. It looks cool.
Let's see. There was The Crew, Wild Run, which Cars. Just Dance 2016, which I did not realize until I actually worked with games for as long as I did that is a yearly franchise, and there's at least 6 or 7 of those, and probably more than that, but I can think of off the top of my head.
We are all so not hip or with it that we sat there when that dude came out and started performing, and we sat there like, who fuck? And we were absolutely just incredulous when we found out that's not only a popular artist, but that's a #1 song apparently somewhere.
Somewhere.
You
know what this comes down to?
Grandpa Simpson said one day it'll happen to you, and it happened to me.
I'll never get an E3 where they come out to something I recognize, like Metal Gear music outside of a Metal Gear game. I'm going to continue to see shitty pop artists forever. At least Usher didn't show up this time.
Yeah, that was weird.
Pele did.
We'll talk about that in a bit, because that was special.
Pele.
I know you don't want to grade.
No,
EA gets F.
we'll get to that later, okay? So, let's see. The Division and Rainbow Six Siege, which we kind of glossed over. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which
we more than glossed over.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, which actually kind of caught my attention.
Currently, I'm indifferent.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think, but I'll be interested in seeing more about it.
I never was huge into Ghost Recon in the first place, but I don't hate it either, so that could go either way for me.
Okay, so next up is Electronic Arts. And boy, talk
like
about a
Ghost
show that of peaks and valleys, and by peaks and valleys I mean like the kind of peaks and valleys that you see in a Roadrunner cartoon.
He showed 4 games I gave a shit about, and then the rest was cars and sports. And more sports while we were at it.
Sports.
Let's see.
You want to know something?
What?
I like Ghost Riders in the Sky. I thought that was interesting. It's too bad I didn't get to see Mass Effect.
Well, no, that was Mass Effect. It's just there was no gameplay of it or anything. That was just a trailer.
Still too far off.
It's still too far off. They just finished Dragon Age, and everyone from that team is going to be working on this as well.
They just wanted to confirm they had a name.
Yeah. There was Need for Speed, which it's Need for Speed.
I wish they'd make a new Burnout instead of making those, but oh well.
You know that company's dead.
Shut up.
There was a Star Wars The Old Republic expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, which I had stepped away for a second, so I didn't realize initially that that was a expansion. I got myself like, oh my god, is this a new Knights game? And then at the end they're like, oh, free for subscribers. I'm like, well, that'll learn me for expecting things.
You were expecting.
Thought that would happen while they were making Mass Effect?
No, I should have known better. I have no one to blame but myself.
I thought we had all jumped off the Titanic. I'm surprised they're making anything new for it.
you gotta get that boat DLC there.
I guess.
Yeah, because I need to get off of this Titanic.
Let's see. They showed off Unraveled, which number one, the dude that they brought out, the game developer who came up with this idea, he's doing it with a small team. This is his first time at E3. That poor guy. That was the most nervous I have seen someone on stage in a long time. Like,
it's kind of mean of them to zoom in on his hands, even if they needed to show the yarn puppet.
He is gonna get so much sympathy. People are probably gonna buy his game just because of it.
Well,
the game looks neat.
The game looks phenomenal. I mean, you could very easily go like, oh, Little Big Planet, you know, Kirby's Epic Yarn, etc., etc.
That'd be more of Limbo.
Better than both.
It looks great. I'm actually really want to see more about that. And then they really weirdly went from that really nice emotional game to like a random playing of Fly Into the Danger Zone and a Plants vs. Zombies 2 Garden Warfare show that made no sense.
Wait.
He just got Danger Zone.
The best thing is that Super Zombie was acting like the crowd was going wild. There was crickets. No one. Nobody reacted. No. I am still excited for that game, but nobody in that crowd is reacting to the man in the Super Zombie suit. And he was playing it off like he was Hulk Hogan in Madison Square Garden.
Hey, that's what they train you to do when you dress like that. You gotta get hype regardless of whether they are. Then again, if you're expecting hype from any of the jackasses that go to E3 and sit in those places, you might as well just be asking for trouble as is. Like, for real. Think about it. When's the last time you heard genuine applause to the level that counts as applause?
Last Guardian and Final Fantasy HD Remake.
Yeah, but at the end of that, people still seemed like they had to take a minute to be like, "Ooh, yeah."
That's because they were absolutely gobsmacked that it actually happened.
It's happening.
My opinion is a lot of people that are going to these things don't care about video games anymore.
Well, that's because it's media and they have to.
They've had their souls drained of them already.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of what is probably a 12-hour day for them.
Excellent transition, speaking of soul draining. Then we got to the part where they talked about EA Sports for like 30 minutes. And
but the hoop god.
but the Hoop God.
God,
Who the
and
fuck is the Hoop God? I'm googling this. I don't.
check him out on the Hoop God at Twitter.
It was better though.
I know.
I already was losing it, but when I saw that God was spelled Gawd, I totally lost my grip on reality. I snapped. That was the best.
It's like I'm positively sure that this guy may in fact just be some guy that they paid to go on stage and be like, I'm the Hoop God. You know, it's like, what the fuck, man? This is the worst. What the fuck? Also, NBA Live sucks. So there's that.
No.
At least with NBA 2K, you can pretend it's an RPG about basketball. NBA Live.
The sad part.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, in all honesty, the saddest thing about it, I don't give two fucking shits about sports, but here's the real problem. Half of what they advertise at E3, you don't even get in the game. It's really mediocre. You get copy-paste crowds. You get not up-to-date stats. You just get really bad quality.
That's because they release essentially the same fucking game every year. Regardless of the sport, it's the same fucking game. When Madden, I was going to mention this with Madden, but when they were showing Madden, they literally said, oh, we've made the passing more accurate. We've made the defensive smarter. They've been saying the same thing on that one since 2006.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about it. Like, they visually showed a better Madden 15 last year.
Hey.
And then saw somebody do a review on it, and it looked nothing like what was advertised. Like, it was a case of the Watch Dogs.
Yeah. But I appreciate all of our animated GIFs of FIFA breaking.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only game that from EA Sports that I feel is worthwhile anymore is FIFA, and that's half because of the gameplay and half because it breaks all the time. And unfortunately, we didn't get to actually see a whole lot of FIFA because they decided to do a random interview of a close to octogenarian soccer star, Pele.
Beautiful football.
It's so fucking cringe when they try and
They
be
spent like a solid 10 minutes of what should have been showing games still.
Why did they think anyone in that audience would give a iota of a fuck that Pele was there? I understand Pele's the greatest soccer player potentially of all times, but holy fuck, nobody cared.
Except for the people that came to watch for sports. I bet they were hyped to see it. They wanted to try and make it ESPN.
Here's the thing. The people who go to E3 are not the people who watch for sports. The people who watch E3 are not the ones who watch for sports. I understand EA has to do it because it's part of their business. It's a huge part of their business. But holy fuck, try to spice it up. Try to do something. Don't make me have to watch 20 minutes of you giving the same stupid-ass promises you give every year and then trot out a old-as-fuck soccer star that most people beyond the age of 30 have no idea who he is. And expect me to not kind of want to drink myself to death.
They could have shown the same amount of games in half the time for the sports, so...
Yeah.
No, they had to show off these other games. Don't forget, by the way, we got that Minions game coming out for the mobile games.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing because I kind of tune out when I hear mobile game.
Well, you know, that's the way of the future.
No.
Not really. It's just another market, but whatever.
You could show me all the graphs with statistics and I'd still just say no.
I don't think they understand what I'm being.
We know. We know. Let's see. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which really nice trailer. Apparently they had a gameplay demo there at E3, but fuck you. We can't actually get to watch that in action.
No, you gotta get the trailer later.
Well, they confirmed it's open world, and we already knew it's gonna be a prequel. And I don't care because I just want to play it right now.
Parkour.
Give me a game. Give me a
Parkour.
I do parkour! Yeah!
No red stuff.
Gotta fight your oppressors, though. No guns. might be good because no guns.
I didn't use guns in the first game.
Yeah,
I was
Good.
getting that achievement. I don't know why I got dedicated to that achievement. I wanted to do it. I didn't use guns.
I just think the game's better off without. It's better as a parkour game, to be honest.
let's see. Then there was Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because who gives a shit?
Mobile game.
And finally, they finished off with a really, really awesome Star Wars Battlefront trailer. Or not trailer, actual gameplay, correct?
Finally got to see actual gameplay, and I'm
And-
okay with what I saw.
It looks great.
It looks like
And-
Battlefront.
It looks like Battlefront. Those just have never been my cup of tea. However, I can totally understand the hype on these. That looked like a very lovely game, and they used a PS4 version to show off. And they did a really good job of not bullshotting us. And by that I mean, like, it looked like it actually was a PlayStation 4 game where, you know, we see a lot of times they'll show, like, quote-unquote gameplay footage and it's really doctored up. That doesn't look like this is the case. It looks like this was exactly what you're going to get.
I heard the music from the Battle of Hoth. I heard all the sound effects I wanted to hear. It looked pretty, and it looked more like Battlefront than Battlefield. It met every requirement I was hoping for.
Yeah,
Much.
as long as it continues to do that. I mean, yeah, space battles would be nice, but the first one didn't have space battles.
Yeah, I'm not really going to make a fuss over that. I don't see the big deal. I don't remember. I
think-
don't have, like, glorious memories of space battles.
I do. Just because it was really fun to get in the X-Wing, fly out into space, shoot down some people, and then fly into their base and try to cap the point. It was just a nice little... I felt like it was a lot more fun.
First of all, they might still be in the game. Second of all, even if they aren't, kind of got to look at it like, make sure we can do a game right without them first, and then almost invariably make another one and put them in.
From the look of it, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it where it was a DLC thing. But that's, you know, that is what that is.
Maybe.
The other thing about it, biting my lip on it, kind of hoping, kind of worried. Combat looks really good. Flying the planes looks a lot nicer too. And I'm really hoping that stays. And that's not just something they did to be like, here, this is a nice little CG shot. This
It's
is
all
cool.
in game.
I know, but
So
you know,
unless there's something
things-
terribly wrong with the controls that whoever was running that demo had to master, it's the only real point of
Never-
concern.
you never know.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up EA, which, you know, Jesus, try again next year, EA. The last show, like the last actual show, was Square Enix, which was today. They showed off a few things we already knew were coming out: Final Fantasy VII HD Remake, Hitman, Rise of the Tomb Raider. And they showed off a few extra things. Star Ocean 5 is going to be coming out, which that's only people who give a shit about JRPGs are going to care about, which me and nobody else, apparently. Kingdom Hearts 3, which that was actually a neat little trailer.
The only thing I wasn't mentally checked out for.
Yep. There was Dave. Oh.
Final Fantasy Worlds.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say Final Fantasy World, or World of Final Fantasy rather, for both the Vita and the PlayStation 4. That looks like it's a lot of fun. It's a very cute looking game. I'm looking forward to playing that because, you know, Vita. Because let's see, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I would like to see a version of the trailer where they didn't have the fucking developers talking over it, please, for the love of God. And they wrapped that show up with Nier 2 by Platinum Games. So,
Get hype.
I hear Platinum and I'm interested, but I never did play the first, so I don't know what we're even really talking about.
Nier was a fucking weird game. Like, I liked it, but it was a weird-ass game.
I heard of it, and I think I was going to rent it, and it just kind of got lost in the shuffle, and I never played it. I got nothing. But Platinum makes me excited, even though they sometimes half-ass stuff like Korra.
Alright. And that was pretty much Square Enix's show in a nutshell. So the only things that weren't actually shown on the show were, I mentioned it earlier, Persona 5, because they're going to be doing something at Tokyo Game Show apparently. They announced Rock Band 4 with an actual date. What was that date again?
October 6th.
October
I'm glad
6th.
that I really hope that all the old DLC and more importantly instruments actually work, because I would buy just the disc, but
They actually said that I don't know about the instruments, but they confirmed that the DLCs, if your Xbox Live or PlayStation account shows that you have a DLC, it will transfer over when the new game comes out to your new console. So you don't have to rebuy it.
I'm more wondering how I'm supposed to sync up my old instruments to it. But they claim you can, and as long as you can, I'll buy just the disc and probably enjoy the game. I just don't want to spend $250 on a full band setup again for no real reason.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like there's been enough time between when the rhythm game boom collapsed and now that you can re-release a new Rock Band and it'll sell really well, I think. I think this game's going to do great.
It'll be fine. I'm more interested in it than I am of Guitar Hero POV rock guy game.
And then the last bit of odd and ends was Just Cause 3, which Just Cause 2 is fantastic open box terrorist simulator.
With a grappling hook.
With a grappling hook. And there's a date for this one now. It's going to be December 10th, so this year. And that game's going to be fucking nuts.
The weird part is it's not being developed by the same people because they're making Mad Max.
Which, oddly, we didn't see anything about, but whatever.
I think there was a new trailer. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Alright, so that was E3 in a nutshell. So, last minute thoughts, last thoughts from everybody. I guess we'll just go around, what you're looking for and what you thought of the shows. Deaver?
I have a laundry list. I don't know. There's too many games. I'm going to have to, after I pick up Batman, there's going to be a lot of pre-orders happening. Pretty much. I mean, I'll start with just the stuff coming out by the end of the year, but there's this year and next year, there's a lot to look forward to. I didn't think anyone did a really bad showing. Even EA still had things I cared about. So, I don't know. I don't care about sports, but I care about everything else.
Yeah. Jeremy?
Xenoblade X on Wii U.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one, didn't I?
I just remembered it.
Oh, you got...
I need it.
Oh,
robots look cool.
It looks
but
great.
It seems like you gotta take 40 hours into it just to get them.
Well, I heard it's gonna be like that a legendary tutorial in Final Fantasy 13. I promise it gets good after 40 hours.
Oh boy.
Sammy, anything?
Batman looks cool. Really, with 6 hours, they ain't have to do Pele like that. No, but I'm really excited for Batman, and as much as I hate to say it, I'm kind of looking forward to that homemaker game for Animal Crossing. Not because I have a vagina. Oh my god. But yeah, it's good.
Alright, Anne-Marie, any last thoughts?
She's in the other room.
Okay. Whatever.
Cut that part for editor.
It's fine. You wanna give us your final thoughts there, Spencer?
Oh boy. Final Fantasy, XCOM 2, Xenoblade, the new Star Fox game. What the hell else? Batman looks alright, but it's not on top of my list.
How could you?
Doom's looking good. I'm alright with Halo. Street Fighter V. They showed 2 characters off. I know it's going to be good.
Street Fighter 5. I forgot.
Yeah. There's a lot. They showed a lot at this conference, and it's really hard to just pick one thing. Monster Hunter Cross got shown in Japan. I didn't see it in this, but I'm sure there's going to be a trailer eventually. It's just like they keep putting more out there, and there's more things I want to see and I want to check out. But at the time, I still don't want it to turn into shovelware or B-list garbage that they put off to the side for some bigger, better game that they think is going to drop the ball. Dark Souls 3, that's a given. I'm just ready. So there's a lot of stuff. I just gotta wait for more information on it. Oh, Last Guardian. I guess I forgot that was not fake.
Transformers.
More than Platinum's made. They make more games. They got a lot of work. Also, if you didn't say Phantom Pain or talk about it this time, I'm sorry. Because Phantom Pain. Metal Gear. That's all I'm ready for. The whole show.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
As for me, I was just thinking about this during E3 because they announced a lot of really good RPGs between, like even just stuff coming out in the next calendar year, with Fallout, with Persona, with all that. This is probably one of the best stretches for role-playing games I think I've ever seen. It started off with Dragon Age Inquisition. You got Bloodborne after that. You got Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Then you have both Fallout 4, Persona. There's going to be a couple of Final Fantasy games on the horizon. I'm just really hyped for that stuff. I'm glad Doom looks like it's coming back, which is going to be fantastic. And yeah, I'm just looking for forward to the next year games. So
It'll be the best time going to hell ever.
It will. Let's all go to hell, and you go to hell too. Thanks for joining us. Bye.